I promise you, pinky promise, we'll have a quiz this week, okay? It's been a minute. Well, grades are due in 3 weeks. We're halfway done with this 6 weeks, so I got to figure out I got to give you a test. Yeah, grades were updated this morning with your Dreambox score. So slowly but surely. Dreambox. Don't ignore it. Oh, yeah, he technically never applied or showed interest. Okay. Simple interest. Okay. David. Saul. Interest. This one's totally different. Does anybody know what interest is, though?
When you loan money from the bank and you have to pay that money back along as more money, and that's how the banks make money, I think.
Okay, yes. Scarlett? Not Scarlett, sorry.
Is that right?
No, I was just talking so much to Scarlett.
I think I did.
Evelyn.
No, I forgot.
That's marked up. Okay, interest. Exactly what Emmanuel. What Emmanuel was saying. So if I take out a loan from the bank and I'm like, hey bank, let me borrow $5,000.
No.
And they're like, why? I want the repeat card. Okay, cool. Here's $5,000. When I pay back the bank, am I gonna just pay them back $5,000?
No.
No, am I gonna pay them more or less than $5,000? More. So I'm gonna pay like $5,200. Why an extra $200? Interest. And like Emmanuel said, that's how the banks earn their money or make their money. So, how do I find interest? You have to memorize this. Interest is equal to P times R times T. That's the formula for interest. PRT, principal, rate, and time. So the I stands for interest. P stands for principal, which is your money. So how much money did you borrow? Okay. R stands for rate in the form of a percent. And T stands for time in the form of years. So, will it take you 1 year to pay it off? Will it take you 5 years to pay it off? Will it take you 30 years to pay it off? So this is the formula for interest. Interest is equal to principal times your rate times your time, PRT, principal, rate, and time. Fancy words for money, percent, and years.
So they charge you based on how long it takes you to pay it back?
Exactly. They charge you based on how long it takes you to pay it back. If it takes you a month, they just, wait, less than a month, then you don't pay any interest. So credit card bills, every time your mom or dad use a credit card, not a debit card, a credit card, they got to pay it at the end of the month. Now the credit card company's like, it's cool. You don't want to pay me? That's fine. Don't pay me. Pay me $10. It's cool. It's fine. And your mom and dad are like, really? I only have to pay $10? I just bought a PlayStation for Christmas, but I only have to pay $10? Oh, you're so nice. Okay, I'll just give you $10. Next month, what happens? They still gotta pay it, and they end up paying even more because of interest. So credit cards are very tricky. You think they're giving you a break by like, oh, I only have to give you $10, but I spent $500. Oh, you're so nice. Why? Because if you don't pay, they're charging you a ridiculous amount of interest. Yes.
Sandy's owed me $1 since last month, and I raised it up to like $20.
Correct. That's why sometimes people will be like, hey, I'll let you borrow money, but you have to pay me interest. Right? You may have heard that, or I'm going to charge you interest, right? What does that mean? That's extra money. As hey. All right. Step 2 is your total. So, David, to find your total, how much you owe in total, you're going to take your principal and you're going to add your interest, David. This will give you your total amount. So you take your principal and you add your interest and you give your total amount. So kind of like a markup and tip. The second step is adding, but the first step is multiplying 3 things. So that's the new part. And then the stories are completely different. Okay, are we okay? So there's a couple of times in your life where you usually take a loan out. When you get a credit card, that's one time, but always pay your credit cards at the end of the month, please. I'm not giving out free money. Yeah.
Donation.
Yeah, donate to the Miss Lomelli Needs New Shoes Fund.
You have different flavors.
How many of you have a savings account already? Any of you already have a savings account?
I have
Woo!
no idea.
Yay, you! Woohoo, you and your parent.
Hey,
Yay. What's happening with that money?
Wait, don't we like take it?
Who takes it? Well, yeah, you put money in the bank, and then what happens?
If you had more money.
They keep it in a safe place, and you start earning interest, more money.
Oh, actually?
Yeah. So the way the bank is like, here, give me your money. I'll keep it in a safe spot. You're like, okay. So you give them the money, and then they give you, basically, the only time you'll earn free money. It's interest. So the longer you have it there, some of you won't get it until you get in college, right? So 18 years. Then all of a sudden that money that your parents invested and your grandparents invested or whatnot, birthday money, turns into a lot more because you didn't touch it for 18 years.
I can say that you put 1,000 in there.
If you put 1,000 and you don't touch it, it turns into a lot more.
What if you actually don't go?
What if you just grab like a bit?
You lower it and then you lose that interest because that $500 you took out, it no longer has the potential to earn interest. So let's talk about that. You have a savings account with $4,500. So you've been earning, putting away your birthday money.
Miss, does your dog have it?
She should. Cost me an arm and a leg, 2 paws, and a tail. It earns 2% interest. 2% interest. Okay. I mean, banks, their interest rates aren't very high when it comes to letting you get rewarded. They're pretty low. The more you have, the higher the interest. If I leave the money in the bank for 18 years, how much will I have? Now, I teach you simple interest. In high school, you will learn what is called compound interest. So it's a little different than what I get to teach you. Mine's is simple, okay? And then in high school, you'll discuss compound. The math is a little different, okay? But, for 7th graders, this kind of, it makes sense. Okay, so interest is equal to PRT. What's my P? Well, how much money? 4,500 times. What's my rate? 2%. What's my time? 18. Okay, so those are the 3 numbers that I gotta multiply. Of course, the 2% must be written as a decimal. What is 2% written as a decimal? Okay. Now, when it comes to multiplication, you can multiply any 2 numbers together first. So what 2 numbers do you want to multiply together first?
Whole numbers?
The whole numbers?
Like 4,518.
Sure. It doesn't matter what you multiply first. 2, 4, 32, 36, 0, 1, 2, 5, 4, 7, 8, keys. I gotta find my keys. Where are my keys? Alright. Did you guys get that answer? I might have gotten it wrong. So, Jono said. So, this, if I got it right, anybody get this number? Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah. So this is just my interest. This is all the extra money the bank gives me. $1,620. That's how much the bank is going to give me extra.
For 18 years.
For 18 years. Now, why? Two things. This is not a lot of money. You got to put in a lot more than that. Like if you put in, put in a lot. I don't know. 2%'s not that high. You have to have a lot of money for this to go up, right? It's free money though. Who else is going to give you $1,600 for free? Nobody, right? Yeah. So this is 100% like free money. Well, not 100%, because guess who's going to show up at your door? Uncle Sam. Let me have your taxes. Huh? And then your tax. Your tax. Whoa, Uncle Sam.
Why do they give us free money? It's weird.
So, okay, so this money, so if you're following along. So I give the bank $2,000. And I'm like, hey, bank, can you take care of that? And the bank's like, yeah, totally. You know what? We're going to give you, you gave me 2 markers. I'm going to deposit for free a little colored pencil. And so I go on the bank. I'm like, wow, look at me. I have 2 markers and a cheapy little colored pencil, right? So this is how much I have in the bank right now. I gave them this, and they're going to give me this as like a thank you for keeping your money there. Because how many banks are there?
A lot.
There's a lot, right? Bank of America, Chase, Wells Fargo. There's a bunch of banks, right? So how do I go from like, let me go to Olivia's bank, because she's checking on her bank account right now, so she's touching her iPad, right? I'm like, how do I go to Olivia's bank and not Padilla's bank? Like, who gets my money? So the bank goes like, no, look, I'll give you 3%. And Padilla's like, well, I'll give you 5. And you're like, okay, here's the money, right? So that's what banks do. That's how they get your money. Now, why? Why do they give me this for free? Because the bank, Padilla's bank, I gave that. Well, here comes Scarlett. Hey, Padilla Bank, can I borrow some money to buy a car? And Padilla's like, yeah, sure. You want to buy a car? Yeah, bank, let me borrow some money. So guess what they do? They take this marker, literally this marker, and then they give it to the person who wants to buy a car. And then Eli goes, hey, Padilla, I want to go to college, but I don't have any money. So can I borrow money to go to college? And they're like, yeah, sure, Eli. So then they take this marker and they give it to Eli to go to college. So what are they doing to the money that I put in? They give it to other people.
Wait till when you try to get the money back.
Then they go like, yes, here it is. Here's your money. I'm like, huh, it looks a little different, but it's money. I'll take it. See what I did there?
Oh, is it because they're also in debt?
Yup, so what?
No, so what the bank...
How much interest is on student loans of college?
Yeah. It's pretty low. So that's what the banks do. They take your money and give it to other people, and then when you ask for money, they're like, oh yeah, no worries. And then it's just all like a mixture. Economies, countries have fallen and been like completely destroyed because all of a sudden people get scared and they all go to the bank and they start withdrawing. Everybody starts withdrawing. Well, guess what? The bank's like, no, wait, I don't have all this money because I let you borrow it and you borrow it and you borrow it, and that's when like things crash because people are like, no, I want my money back. I want my money. And then we have a crash.
Then why don't we give it back
Isn't that how
to
they
your
wait
money?
the question stuff?
Right, but they're using that money to let other people borrow money, and that's how the world works.
So technically that money isn't even ours because we have to give it back.
That's how it's run. Now, many banks are insured. Like if something happens, then they're insured. They're backed by an insurance. So then it's like, oh, oopsie, I let too many people borrow money and they're not paying me back. But these people that I let borrow money, they're paying me back plus interest.
Wait, what if you never pay the bank back?
Then I go and I take your car. we didn't pay for it, so I get it back.
Just take the card, so it's a different thing.
And then how are you gonna get the car back and you have to pay that too?
Just don't get that thing.
Just keep on loaning and loaning money from
Bro.
them.
No, it's not fair. It's not fair. All right. So, total. So, how much money will I have in total in my bank account after
6,120.
Yep, 6,120. So the second step is to add. That will give you your total.
Little.
Yeah. Well, free money is seldom given out in thousands, unless you have a lot of money in there. Okay. So let's say you want to buy a house. Okay. Oh, just add 4,500 plus the answer to number 1. That's what I'm saying. Okay, David. So I took out a $700,000 loan to buy a small house. Because for $700,000, you're no longer buying a mansion. You are buying a small house. Now, when I was a kid, $700,000 would buy you a mansion. Now, not so much. Okay, on average, if you buy a house with a loan, it takes 30 years to pay it back. To pay it back. Okay, when you take out a loan from the bank for a house, it's a 30-year loan. If you ever listen to commercials, which I know you guys don't anymore because you're all streaming, they'll be like, a 30-year fixed rate. 30-year fixed rate for a home. So it's 30 years. To pay it back at a rate of, interest rates have increased a lot over the years. We're going to say 6%. 6% interest rate, which is pretty high.
What if someone dies before paying it off?
Oh my.
So it goes back to the generation.
Well,
The family pays.
it depends. They'll be like, okay, so you still owe $700,000 family that's left. Do you want to continue paying it, or does the bank take it?
What do you mean take what?
Like they take the house away.
Oh.
Or you can finish paying for it. So either, hey, we have this house. You didn't pay for all of it. You still owe the bank. So people who are left, do you want to pay for it? Or does the bank take it? Even if they were just missing one payment. They were like almost done paying for it. If they don't make that last payment, technically, they didn't meet their end of the bargain.
Just take half of the house.
You're gonna cut their house in half.
Yeah.
It's tricky. The credit card's tricky. I don't know if it, like, the credit card is like, okay, well, sorry. It's like no one pays for it, and it's like a loss. But if there's like property, like a house or a car, that easily can be taken from the family, right? Like I can show up in the show up in the middle of the night and take the car back, because technically you still don't own it. The house is still not yours until you pay $700,000.
So it still belongs
Wow.
to the bank.
Hmm?
The house still belongs to the bank if you don't pay it.
That's why some people leave, like, they have wills and they have, what is it called? Life insurance. So, like, if something happens, the family gets a big chunk of money. It's like, okay, but use that money to pay off the house. Don't go on vacation. I've seen it happen. Okay. Principal times rate times time is equal to your interest. What's your principal? $700,000 times, what's my rate? Rate is your percent, so 6% times what's my years? 30. Okay, so you take out all the information. 6% is 0.06, and then you get to multiply however you want to multiply. I'm going to take actually the two smallest numbers and multiply the two smallest numbers first. So a different strategy than the one before. No, I made it to your email. I think I did before you guys came in. I think I did. So double check. I think I did today, this morning.
What email?
The email you sent me? Oh my god. Oh my god. Is this not you?
Oh yeah, that's me.
Can you open by
Bro.
I can't. Can you open the
She was absent, so.
percent?
Yeah, I'm doing. What about my email?
I didn't get your email. Unless you
That's the interest?
sent it somewhere else.
I might have
Is that
forgotten
the
to
interest
send.
or?
Oh my bro.
Oh, yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 56. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, two, three, four. Okay. So how much interest are we paying? $1,260,000 on a $700,000 loan. Sam, stop touching.
I sent it.
Oh, okay. I'll refresh. Maybe it goes to my other email. Now, I have a disclaimer. This isn't the math that's super accurate because it's called simple interest. This is if you make no payments. Compound interest is if you make payments every month. It's very, very different than the math I'm going to show you, but this is if you make no payments. So what happens if you don't make any payments? You lose the house, right? So the math isn't really accurate in the real world, but it is accurate in my class. So it does give you an idea. So yes, sometimes you actually end up paying more in interest than what the house actually cost. I know. Okay, step number 2. $1,260,000 plus $700,000. 0,00691. So my house in this story would end up costing in total about $2 million. So the house after interest is about $2 million. Let's buy it. So credit card, does anybody know what credit card interest rates are?
No.
So 6% is pretty accurate for a house. Like if you go buy a house right now, you're looking at an interest rate about 5 to 7%. Credit cards, anybody know? Anybody know?
6
They usually start like around 25%.
What?
25%.
Yeah, I've seen it as high as like 30-something%. And people don't realize that, so they don't pay off their bills, and all of a sudden this $100 iPad is going to end up costing you $500 in interest because you don't pay all of it. So remember me when you're older, kids. Pay your credit card bills. Pay your credit card bills in total. And if you can't, that means you shouldn't be spending money. You shouldn't be spending money. Okay. Are we okay with this? Do you need more? I mean, there's some positive interest, but there's a lot more negative interest in the world. Pay your credit card. Open up a bank. Do you though? You have to convince people to give you your money, and you just shuffle the money around to different people. That's how banks work.
Well, you could go to the casino.
Yeah, put all their money on black. Well, you might do a 0.00001% interest. Okay, let's start with interest on the back, the one that does not have a 3 on it. Is that okay? Mark borrowed $3,000 from the bank and agreed to pay the bank 4% interest on the loan. How much money will Mark need to pay back after 2 years? So I'm on the side that does not have a 3 on it. One, two, three.
Yeah, I just put the I because it just said how much money will he have to pay out.
So how much money will he have to pay back? So on a test, how much money does he have to pay back after 2 years? He has to pay back $3,240. How did I get that? I got my interest and I paid it back. So if the question says how much interest you're gonna pay, then you're done here. But if it says total, you're not done until this part. Because you gotta pay back what you borrowed. You have to pay back what you borrowed. It's the name of the game. You have to pay back what you borrowed. Unless they want to be repoed. All right, I deposited $5,000 to the bank account that earns a simple interest of 6% annually. How much money will there be after a year? So a year would be 1. Yep. Yep.
So is that total or interest?
How much money will be in the bank? How much money will be in the bank? Well, I'm trying to make you answer your own question.
Pays you back in 1 year.
What? Where?
When he got the third question.
Oh, it's your brother. You know brothers. They'll pay you back with a knuckle sandwich. I used how we'll do it.
Alright, this is also Caleb.
How does 20 bucks?
You're gonna be
couldn't you like look at all the papers and pass them all back all at the same time?
And this one is no more.
No, it's not, is it?
No more.
No more.
Well, you said no.
Wait,
It's a no more.
did I forget to turn that one in?
It's a new ballot.
Wait. Bro, I get wait, what? Where did I get this from? Where's no more? No more. Yours. Oh. There's no more. Okay, 10. Where did I turn that one in? Where did I turn it in? Wait, did I not turn my Thursday in? Gotta check.
I get it.
No. No.
Oh, I can't find my homework.
Is this? Hold on. Trying to figure out the mistake or how I'm supposed to.
24.
You have to move it twice. You get multiplied by that zero. So it's 2. 2. 2 times 1 is 2. Yeah. We still have like 10 minutes.
Wait, miss, you opened it?
I want to say I opened it before you walked into this class. I want to say that.
No.
What time did you not do it in the hour?
Miss, I didn't turn on the Thursday, but I can't find my page.
Horrible.
No, I had it here. No, it goes ordered by people. I need it as like, okay, I know what you're Newspapers in the
Just go home. Alright. How many of you are done with that side?
Come on, guys. Yeah. Sweats.
Bro, more. After those kids are so bad.
Okay, David, let's finish that side.
No, you don't.
Okay, gentlemen, let's finish that side, please. Okay.